Hey, what's going on, guys? Right now I'm going to be doing a review for the White Lions deck. I just got this in the mail from the One-Eyed Jack, and I'll tell you, this is one heck of a deck. I love it, absolutely fantastic, and I highly recommend getting it. I'm going to be going through it. I might be a little biased just because I love, David Blaine and whatnot, but I'm going through it. Alright, so let's take a peek at the box. Alright, if you can see, if I can get this, you'll see White Lions. It's embossed here. It is a bit faint, but it's there. It says White Lions right here. It says 2012. You got a white lion with a nice border going on. You got, let me really sneak in here, get that to focus. You got the hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. It says playing cards made in the USA. And let's take a peek at the sides here. It says who it's designed by. On the other side, it says who it's created by, and on the bottom, you just have some little minor info. Okay, and then on the top of the deck, you can see, I can't really make out what this says, but something nice is there, okay? And on the flap as well, all right, it says playing cards. Let me get this, whoa, let me get this to focus. There we go. And as you can see, the sticker is great. It's not a regular bicycle sticker. It's a spade, the David Blaine split spade, spade. And the back design, or the back of the box, is the back design. Literally, like they just stuck a card to it. That's what it is. I think it's great. I like it. Let's take a peek at the playing cards, which you can see all laid out here. So let me focus so you don't throw up. Let's talk about what you get. What are some of the extras? Well, you do get a blank card, which is always nice. I personally don't usually use these because I don't have too many blank card effects. But this, it can be used in many ways. And of course, you do also get a double backer, which is becoming very popular in decks. And this is something I would use, okay? So that would be very handy, especially because I like this. I'll probably be using it quite often. Let's take a peek at the Jokers. If you guys have a split spade deck already, his old series by David Blaine, you'll already know what this Joker looks like. So let's take a peek. I'll get really close so you can really see all the artwork here. You can see David Blaine in the Joker there. It's made up of a bunch of different things. It's really a crazy Joker. I don't know who came up with the artwork on that to make it look like a face, but in reality, it's a bunch of people and other things making it up. All right, and I think they're great. They're neat. They're little clowns, and I like it. Okay, let's talk about the Ace of Spades. It's also the same that you would see in a David Blaine split spade deck. Okay, so they did take a lot of the things. The major things they changed are the cardstock. And the back design. Okay, so the same Ace of Spades, I think it looks nice. It's a very wide Ace of Spades. I'm not usually a fan of that, but this one, it's not too bad. Okay, it says white lines on the bottom. Okay, and so not too much to complain about that card right there. Okay, you also have the face cards. The face cards, guys, they look normal, don't they? You'd think that as well as I, but if you take a peek at the faces, they're different than the normal artwork. You can see this almost looks like David Blaine, and I'm pretty sure these are actually modeled after people. All of the face cards are actually like that. Okay, so we'll take out the Queen of Clubs. You can see right there is, I don't know who these are modeled after, but you can see they're absolutely abnormal faces from what the normal cards are, and each one is different. It's very unique. I like that touch. I'm seeing that more and more often as years go by, all right, and new playing cards come out. I've seen that a lot often, okay? So I like that feature. It'd be nice if they did some sort of custom artwork, but that's not too much of a downside, okay? The main focus that I really like is the back design. I'm going to get really close with this so you can really see. There's not much going on. It's just a bunch of split spades going back and back and back. It reminds me a lot of the Bee Stingers deck. I do hope they come out with other colors of this. I don't know if that's a possibility or if that's something that's going to happen. Maybe a red or I don't know. So right now it's blue. It's a very light blue. It's not too dark. Okay. The spacing on these, they're not too close together. A lot of times it becomes too much of a poker deck because they're so close together. But these guys are absolutely nice. And I don't know if this is some sort of back design you like. I personally like this type of back design. It reminds me a lot of the Bee Stingers. It has a nice border that makes it very defined. The white border really makes everything stand out. And from far away, I don't know if you'd be able to make out what these things are. You might just think they're kind of squares. But especially up close, I think it looks great. Okay, let's talk about the cardstock. All right. If you guys have bought the David Blaine split spade deck, you'll notice, you might notice in that deck that the cardstock was very thick. It was incredibly thick, to be honest. And they've really thinned down. All right, not so the cards are cheap. The cards feel great. It's just the cardstock is very thin. Okay, it's a little bit better. It's better quality than a bicycle deck, I'll tell you that. But they are thin. Okay, they handle great. The box doesn't say what finish is on them, but I would say it has to be a magic finish. Oh, manage. So. It's great quality deck. Do I think this is worth buying? Absolutely. If you guys are a fan of the split spade deck, this is definitely something you should invest in. Okay, you have the great jokers, you have the interesting face cards. The box really got me. I love white boxes. The lion on it looks great. It's absolutely fabulous. Okay, that's just my biased opinion. They're gonna handle great, guys. I've been using these quite often now. And I'll tell you, they haven't worn at all. They're not clumping. I think they're great. Okay, great playing cards. So if you guys have the money, and I do have 10% off the deck for you if you'd like. You can check that out in the description. I would say get this, and don't forget about buying it. Okay, yes. I don't know, something about it. It just feels great. I don't know how much more I can, talk about the deck here. Great, you're going to be able to do your fans, you're going to be able to do everything you want with this deck. It's great. I like it. I don't know how much more to say. I'm going to stop the video here. I hope that was a good review for you. If you guys have any requests, let me know in the comments. I'll try to do them as best as I can. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.